And a good Wednesday evening, everyone, from Villa Milano in North Columbus. Welcome to our special Facebook Live. We are live at the This Week Sports Awards, second annual banquet we've had like this. I'm Dave Purpura, along with Jarrod Ulrey. We're going to be honoring 159 of the best fall sports athletes in the area coming up over the next couple hours. One of them is joining us to start from Olentangy, Berlin. Layla Rains, I got to cover you your freshman year at Olentangy. Scott Hennon got to cover you this year. Tell us about the year you had. Obviously going to state and having a real nice season with the boys and the girls teams.
Yeah, it was really fun. We had a really good season this year for the boys. We did much better than we thought first year program. We got 3 wins, and I think we were really happy about that, starting off strong. And then girls season went really well, runner-up finish, so I was really happy about that.
Was it? What was it like? Going against the girls' field after, going against the boys' field?
Yeah, it was definitely different because yardages, of course, so I definitely had different clubs in my hands, much shorter, so I had to adjust a little bit, but it was much easier than I'd planned, so, I mean, it was nice.
It seemed like, just seeing all the scores, obviously, you guys played well at some turn. You and Bryce Reed, it seemed like we were a 1-2 all the time. What was it like establishing camaraderie, being the only girl?
Yeah, it was really fun. The whole team was great. They welcomed me with open arms, which was very nice of them. So, like you said, there was a lot of good battles between all of us. So, competitiveness was very key in the team. That's why we did so good, I think.
Well, hey, we appreciate you coming up. Thank you, Layla.
Thanks for being our
guest. One of our girls golf honorees tonight, Layla Rains from Olentangy, Berlin. That's okay. You can go enjoy your cake. The rest of us can't have for a while. So, and I think we're going to have some other athletes stepping in as well. We're going to go ahead and
we're going to be guys in. We're going to be introducing, like you said, 159 athletes tonight, 12 coaches that we're honoring as well. And this is a great opportunity for us to kind of help people recognize it was really great this year.
Absolutely, and it's all around this room, and we have 2 more joining us right now. Some guys from a pretty good football team this year in Hilliard Davidson. Christian Sweet, I think we might have talked after a game this year.
We did.
Evan, good to see you.
You too.
You guys, just the impressions about your season. Going to the regional final in a very good region. What really stood out about this Davidson team this year?
What I think stood out the most was how hard we worked in the off season and just the brotherhood we had. We started off a little shaky in the off season, and we weren't really sure if we all connected like we should have been. And it took us all to hang out outside of football and to just to give it our alls. And it just took our love and our brotherhood to pull through and have a really good season this year.
And Evan, you certainly were an anchor on the defensive side of the ball. What was really the key, you think, to the season that you were able to win?
I think, like Christian just said, the chemistry aspect of our team. A lot of teams say that they have a brotherhood and a band of brothers that would do anything for each other, but I think that this year, experiencing the love that we have for each other was really one of the most special things that I've ever experienced during a season of football. So I think that was like the key aspect that made this year so much more fun than any other year I've ever had.
Gentlemen, thank you for coming up and stopping by.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you. And we have another guest, this guy from New Albany, Noah Basso. Good to see you. This young man was key to a 16-0 regular season. Quite a run. You guys had 17-1 overall in the season. When you look back at the year that you guys had, what really fueled it?
Yeah, it was. We had a really good start to the season, and we never really had our whole team together, but we all just had a really depth team, and guys off the bench were playing well. Everyone really stepped up. But once we got everybody going, we just started to buy and really pretty good.
What was kind of special about your season individually? You were able to get some honors and stuff.
Yeah, last year I had a really good season too, and I just always just wanted to get better and improve my season from last year. So that just drove me to just become better this year.
You're going to be a Musketeer next year, right? And Xavier, what really put them as your choice ultimately?
The good academic program, and they're always the top soccer team in the Big East. They always do well, and just the coaching staff really pushed me to make my decision to go there.
A lot of really good teams in Central Ohio this year. I mean, what's your thoughts about kind of the state of Central Ohio soccer right now?
Yeah, it's definitely becoming a lot better. Players just all around here are awesome. Just great club teams.
All right, well, hey, thanks for coming up with us, man.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Buffalo from New Albany. The four that you just heard from are among all those 159 honorees here. The Fall Sports Awards are presented by Nationwide Children's Hospital Sports Medicine, Big Sandy Superstores, and Everdrive. Well, the fall season comes down to this. It's a fun season. It's a hectic season. This is a really neat thing to be a part of.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's just it's really great to think back to all the there's just a lot of really great memories this year. I mean, we're going to be honoring Buddy White tonight as Reynoldsburg's football coach. He's one of the people. I mean, they had kind of this breakthrough season. I'm just trying to think of some of the other great finishes. I mean, in boys golf, we had 3 state champions, and we had an individual champion. So there's actually we had 2 individual champions. Excuse me. We had 2 individual champions in boys golf. We had state championships in boys water polo by St. Charles.
That's right.
I mean, this is worth remembering and just kind of recognizing what they did. Of course, there's some great football finishes this year too. I mean, a lot of the teams in our coverage area were able to have some great finishes. I mean, obviously, there's nobody playing in the state championships other than Johnstown, which is just a little bit out of our coverage area. But we should probably recognize them a little bit because they're Central District, and they've had a great run.
13-1, they're going to take on Orville in the D5 final. It's coming up at 3 o'clock on Saturday afternoon. You and I were discussing a little bit before we came on air just what that matchup is going to look like. And boy, you have some guys that can chew up yards. I mean, for Johnstown, Bryce Barash, who was here last year, I believe, 2,200 rushing yards. Marquise Parks, 2,600 rushing yards to lead Orville. He has 53 all-purpose touchdowns. That's the kind of football I love personally. A lot of good running backs, chewing up yardage, and that's what people are going to see on Saturday.
Yeah, this is it's great for somebody like Mike Carter. He's had a lot of great runs with Johnstown.
Yeah.
They just never they kept running into Steubenville and Wheelersburg last year was having a historic season, and they ran into them, weren't able to get by them. So for them to finally get through, it's just really exciting for a community like Johnstown.
I mean, Mike's been there, about 15 years, I think, maybe more than that. I got to cover one of his good teams in 2006 when I was at the Newark Advocate, and they ran into a very good West Jefferson team back when they were in Powerhouse, and that was in Division 5 as well. And they've managed to keep that throughout the years. The Hendren boys, I know there have been a lot of other good ones who have come through there, so we'll see if the Johnnies could bring Central Ohio a state championship on Saturday.
There's a lot of great matchups this weekend.
There are. I mean, some of them I obviously didn't pick a lot of them because I did not do very well in my picks last week. But, I mean, in Division 1, you're going to have a Cincinnati Bowling powerhouse, and they're going to take on Lakewood St. Ed's, who you saw last week knock off Liberty. Massillon, Washington is going to play for the D2 title.
Massillon against Ulrey. I mean, wow. I mean, that's just like that's one that really stands out just because it could be really historic. I mean, in a lot of ways. Massillon is this historic program. They've had an incredible season, and they get a chance to go against the Hoban team, which has been the best for 3 years.
And I
lost like 1 or 2 games in 3 or 4 years.
I was thinking back when I covered that game in the first round with Olentangy playing Winton Woods. Mayan Williams, who probably ended up with about 9,000 rushing yards this year, I think. I mean, I was wondering.
Could have been Mr. Football.
He very well could have been. Yeah. And I was thinking, hey, he's got enough to help Winton Woods to the final. Obviously, they ran into a very good Massillon Washington team last Friday over at Gahanna, I think. Chris Spielman's Massillon Tigers and many other people's Massillon Tigers, I think. Any other matchups out of the 7 stand out to you, in addition to the ones that you mentioned?
Well, Glasgow Trimble is a team in Division 7. They've gone on a heck of a run. One of their wins was a 7-0 win over Harvest Prep.
That's right.
Maybe that tells you Harvest Prep was awfully good.
Mm-hmm. Well, they were. I noticed the McElwain has one state finalist team, and Marion Local from out there. And selfishly, I was hoping St. Mary's Memorial would make it. That's where my mom went to high school. I had a lot of relatives go there. They fell short against Cincinnati, Wyoming, but was hoping to see them play for a state title this weekend. And but all 7 of those games, but I think the D2 game is tomorrow night.
Correct.
And then all the rest of 3 on Friday. Division 1 is at 8 o'clock on Friday, and then you've got the other 3, including Johnstown on Saturday. Any thoughts on say, the Pick Centrals of the world? Owens Angie Liberty and Eastmoor Academy. They were our 3 state semifinalists from our coverage area. You were at Ireland Field last week. You saw a lot of Pick Central this year. And those teams gave it great rides again.
They just didn't quite have as dynamic of an offense this year as they did last year. I mean, that's really the only thing that I can really pinpoint as being a difference. Other than that, I mean, they had an incredible defense again.
Yeah.
A couple of their Carter Johnson, Dwayne Carter, Terry Samuel, all really great defensive players, and that's not the only ones. And I mean, somebody like a Dom Marasco, their leading tackler, he was a junior. I don't even think he got like any kind of like all-league honors or anything, just because they have so many guys on defense, and they're going to be great next year too.
Sure.
They really are. I mean, they got Crenshaw will be back next year, quarterback.
Yeah. He's going to be a senior next year.
And they'll have almost all their offensive lines coming back next year too. So they're going to be great. As far as Liberty, I think you could argue that they kind of overachieved this year, and whether that's good or bad, it's a matter of opinion. But it's for them to go 9-5 with kind of having some injuries, a lot of strange stuff happening. Hand foot and out through their team.
Yeah,
early
early
season,
in the year.
and their quarterback was out for a couple of games. And, so I think it's pretty great that they were able to make it.
And Eastmoor Academy as well. We talked to them a couple of weeks ago. They ran into a very good team last week at Shubring Falls Kenston in the D3 final. They had to overcome some injuries like this.
Absolutely. Yeah, it seemed like half of their running backs were hurt at the end of the season. Savon Edwards kept playing. He's somebody that's going to be honored here tonight, among many others. They had a really great senior class this year. Not that they can't do it again next year, but I mean, this was just everything kind of came together. I mean, you think about, they were 6-4 last year, and I think they just really came in focused and determined this year that they were right. We got a chance to have a special team this year, so let's do it. And we know that they've got great coaching because Jim Moran he's been there for a long time. He's gotten, I think he might be the only coach to get a football team, a boys basketball team, and a girls basketball team in the state Final Four as a head high school coach. I'd have to look that up.
Well, and
it's very possible.
I was just thinking that the guy didn't get a day off probably because on Monday I'm sure he was in the gym with the boys basketball team as that season gets ready to go tomorrow. And I guess we could use that as what they call a teaser.
A segue, right?
And the fact that we will be talking a lot of basketball tomorrow.
That's
at
right.
1:30. We're going to have a Hoop It Up season preview tomorrow afternoon. That'll be in our offices. We'll be there. Andy Resnick will be there. He's the brains behind the camera. You can see him as often as we will tomorrow. And we'll all be previewing the season in the area, which starts for boys on Friday night.
That's right. And girls started this last weekend, and should be some fun times coming up.
All right. We are going to go enjoy this banquet. And we see Jim Lachey walking in. Everybody's walking in to enjoy this thing. How are you? We are going to enjoy this. You'll get to catch the highlights later on for our Fall Sports Awards. And we will talk to you tomorrow. For Jarrod, Ulrey, I'm Dave Purpura. So long, everybody.